Salams and welcome. Thank you for joining me in part number 26 in this wonderful book, The Way to the Quran by Khurram Murad. And my thanks go to the Pretoria North Muslim Educational Institute for distributing a free copy of this book on the occasion of the inauguration of Masjid-Sulaiman in Pretoria North. And that was in September 2024. And my thanks also goes to the Islamic Foundation of the Leicestershire, United Kingdom. So the thanks go to the Pretoria North Muslim Education Institute and the Masjid-Sulaiman, and Brother Haris Ahmed from the Islamic Foundation of Leicestershire, UK, for giving me permission to read through this book and to go through it as part of my book reading club, so that a wider audience, not only here in South Africa, but globally as well, can benefit through this. Ameen, inshallah. Ameen, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. So today we are busy with part number 26, and we are under chapter number 3, which is the participation of the inner self. We read in chapter number 2, Surah Al-Baqarah, verse number 225, God will not take you to task for a slip, but He will take you to task for what your hearts have earned. And in Surah Al-Shu'ara, chapter number 26, verses number 88 to 89, we read, the day when neither wealth nor children shall profit you, and when only he will be saved who comes before God with a sound heart free from all evil. You must therefore ensure that so long as you are with the Quran, your heart remains with you. The heart not being that piece of flesh, but what the Quran calls qalb. So when the Quran refers to the heart, we are not referring to the anatomical heart, we are referring to the spiritual heart. The heart is what we mentioned in the earlier episode, the heart which is the seat of inner illnesses, the abode of Iman. It is a heart which is the center of everything good and bad. It is also the center of contentment and peace, the strength to face afflictions, taqwa. All of those things comes from the heart. This should not prove difficult if you remain conscious of a few things and observe certain actions of heart, mind, body and soul. The 7 prerequisites described earlier lay the foundation for the fuller participation of your inner self in reading the Quran. In addition to these, the taking of a few more steps will greatly increase the intensity and the quality of the involvement of the heart when you are reading the Quran. Now let's look at a chapter called The Dynamic of Inner Participation. Excuse me. You should understand the dynamics of inner participation very well. For how is your heart seized by the truth? First, there are 4 elements here. Let's look at the first element. That how does how does the truth get hold of your heart? Haqq al-yaqeen. How do you get that conviction, right? First, you come to know the truth. Once you come to know the truth, you get that haqq al-yaqeen. Secondly, you recognize and accept it as a truth as relevant to your life. Number 3, you remember the truth as much as and often as you can. And number 4, you absorb the truth until it soaks into the deepest recesses of your inner self. Then you come to the stage of haqq al-yaqeen. The truth thus becomes an ever-alive state of consciousness, an enduring posture of the heart in which all doubt and uncertainty fly away. Once a truth so permeates your inner world, it must pour out in the world of the words and deeds. It is also important to remember here that what you do outwardly by your tongue and your limbs interacts with what you are doing inwardly. It is possible that words and deeds may be false witnesses to the state of your inner self. But an inner state, like faith, your iman, must necessarily find expression in words and deeds, which in turn must help in engraving your knowledge in your consciousness and turn it into an abiding condition. The steps suggested here will be effective if you remain mindful of the above dynamics and follow the above principles. There are 7 states of consciousness which you must try to develop by remembering certain things, absorb them, and by frequently reminding yourself of them. So there are 7 states of consciousness. First, the Quranic criteria of inner perception. Second, to be in Allah's presence. Third, hearing from Allah. Fourth, Allah's direct address. Fifth, every word comes to you from Allah. Number 6, it is a conversation with Allah. And 7, trusting and expecting Allah's reward. So these are the 7 states of consciousness that you must acquire and imbibe within your heart, mind, body and soul when you are approaching the Quran and when you are entering the world of the Quran. And we'll go through these 7 stages step by step. So join me in the next episode, in episode number 27, as we are going through the sequence of the 7 states of inner consciousness that are required when embracing the Quran. Stay well, look after yourself. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen.